Earlier this year, we did a whole bunch of retro baseball rips, and with the NFL season approaching, I thought it would be fun to do a retro football rip. Today, we're looking at 2014 Bowman featuring Chrome. Who's still alive in this class? Let's get into it. What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy RGL coming back at you again with a retro rip. Today we're going back 11 years to 2014, checking out a box of 2014 Bowman Hobby. If you're new here, if you enjoy rips like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And as always, I do appreciate a like. 2014, who's still alive in this rookie class? Looks like we've got Odell Beckham, Khalil Mack, Mike Evans, Aaron Donald, still kicking it in the league. There's actually, as I was doing some research for this video, there's actually a lot of parallels to the 2024 class, primarily that I remember back in 2014, we were chasing after 5 or 6 quarterbacks, and just like 2024, we have 5 or 6 quarterbacks. In this one, back in the day, we're all looking for Johnny Manziel, Blake Bortles, Teddy Bridgewater, Derek Carr, Jimmy G, and some people even liked Aaron Murray. Now, what has happened to all those guys? Well, most of them are out of the league. I think Blake Bortles, Blake's out. Teddy Bridgewater might still be around as a backup somewhere. Of the 6, I think Derek Carr probably had the best career. Jimmy G, I think, had the most success. I think Jimmy G technically had the most success being a backup to Brady. But all those guys are gone. That's not to say that those cards aren't worth a few bucks, though, because I did see that an orange Johnny Manziel autograph. I know, he's done nothing for years. Somewhat culturally relevant. Sold for about 375 bucks. So, we're not really looking for autographs necessarily. So, what on earth are you looking for when you go back and you do a box like this? I guess you're looking for an old 10-year-old Tom Brady, low-numbered color to 25, or God forbid we pull a Brady 101. Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, some of those old guys. Other than that, it is just a trip down memory lane. Now, this box cost me 220 bucks. I have seen them selling on eBay for in the 150 to 175 range. We're going to get 4 autographs today, 1 relic, and then 25 cards per pack, 10 packs per box. Very interesting configuration. Is this a sign of things to come for the future? Are we going to get Bowman football back with a top set to take over the license next year? We'll see. I do recall that this product, I've seen these cards so many times on ComC as a catalog expert. This set was not without its problems. One of the key problems with this one is that the rookie, that's Eddie Lacy on the box. That's Eddie Lacy on the box. Mr. Weight in his contract himself, Eddie Lacy. Former Seahawk, Eddie Lacy. 4 autographs, 1 mem. This set was not without its problems. Primarily, the biggest problem was that it came out in June, which was just a couple of months after the draft that year. And if you can tell, the rookies are like not even in their college uniforms technically, but even those are airbrushed because they didn't have the rights to use the colleges. So you have this really weird, like nowadays we get Prism Draft and some of the colleges are licensed. This one, none of the colleges are licensed. So you get all these rookie cards. Austin Seferian Jenkins, man, I haven't said that name in a minute. You get all these rookie cards like Jimmy G, but they're not even in like their pro uniform. They have the team logo. So I think that this is a good example of a box set. People think the industry has its problems now. Well, the industry had its problems back then. Taylor Lewin, we're going to see a whole bunch of like who the F's today. Kyle Van Noy, we know him. Roby. Yeah, there's going to be a whole bunch. This set also features Bowman Chrome. Bowman Chrome was a standalone set that year, just like how we have Bowman in the spring. Our first autograph is a good one. No, it's not. It's Marion Grace. I have no idea who this is. Marion Grace. It doesn't even have a team logo on it on the front. That's really interesting. I didn't even realize that. It is an on-card auto. I don't even know what team this guy got drafted to because it doesn't even have a team logo on the front. That's crazy. So you can tell that they were producing these cards. Michael Crabtree. We know Michael Crabtree. We have a mini because minis were in this set that year. There's a Bowman mini. Alfredo Morris and DeMarco Murray. So yeah, like I was kind of talking about, back then we had a different set of issues. Nowadays, Prism Draft, and they don't have the rights to every college. Or we have this splintered rookie class where some autographs can be found in Topps and others can be found in Panini. So back then we experienced similar issues back in the hobby. If you're new to the hobby, The primary issue with this set was it was one of the first sets to come out after the draft, coming out in June of 2014. But none of the rookies are depicted either in a licensed college uniform or the pro uniform. So that was definitely one of the problems with this set. And this was this set came out right as Topps was winding down their time with the contract. I believe 2015 football was their final year before losing the rights. There's a Marquise Lee to 299. So I thought it would be fun. There's Tom Brady. We would love to see like an old parallel of this card. This is an awesome card too. Him in a snow game. Around this time, Andrew Luck was still big in the hobby. We were chasing after Andrew Luck in 2012. Our next auto is Bradley Roby. So 2 of our 4 autos down. Jake Matthews is going to be on a rainbow foil. We've also got Charles Clay on a rainbow foil. Our mini, couldn't tell you without looking at the back, Kareem Martin. There's Peyton and Clay Matthews. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to do one of these. This one's about 10 years old, you know. Yeah, some of these classes, they started off so good. I remember there was a lot of hype for this 2014 class. And nowadays, man, there is just like, you got Odell Beckham. You got Mike Evans. Like, Mike Evans is still very good. I think Khalil Mack's still around. Aaron Donald was going to retire. He did win a Super Bowl. I think he's still around. I don't think he's retired yet. There's Marquise Lee, Antonio Richardson, Brandon Coleman, Yawin Smallwood. Okay. But you just get a lot of paper with these. Here's going to be one of these cool die cuts of Andrew Luck on the, I think, next in line on these. Andrew Luck. To 499, there's Rashad Hegeman. Yeah, I can't tell you too much about him. Tyler Eifert. Tyler Eifert, that's a waiver wire pickup for everybody who's played fantasy football. And then a mini of Deion Buchanan. Just some names. And man, Matt Forte, I haven't thought of that guy in a minute either. But yeah, I remember there was a lot of hype with this class. I remember a lot of people were really big on Manziel. Obviously, Johnny Football coming out of college. Blake Bortles was in the mix. Teddy Bridgewater. It was kind of pick your quarterback for this one. I recall not a lot of hype on Jimmy G. I know Aaron Murray was like a sleeper this class. I don't recall if anybody was chasing after Beckham or Khalil Mack. I don't remember skills position and defensive players, but I do remember the QB chase because it's hard to forget. Just like, you know, the failed class of like 2022, for example, when we were chasing after Bailey Zappi and Malik Willis. Oh my God. We have a Brandon Cooks, but it's not to 99. Forgot Brandon Cooks is in this class too. If you haven't seen the infamous video, Brandon Cooks to 99, Brandon Cooks to 99. Brandon Cooks, I think he's still around. I think he's still playing. Actually, kind of crazy. We got an autograph, 11 years old, if somebody's still playing. Silas Red, CJ Spiller. I don't think he's still playing. CJ Spiller. That's going to be a mini of Dre Archer. CJ Spiller again, and Tyler Eifert. So I thought this one would be fun to bring on the channel. A nice little cheaper rip. I believe that these were like, 50, 60 bucks maybe back in the day. I think these were like 50, 60, maybe $65. So much, much more expensive now. Although I did see that occasionally these sell on eBay for like $150. I bought these off an LCS website. I thought this would be a cool video. I also, there's Jackson Jeffcourt, who I don't remember at all, to $4.99. Also, I guess one of the cool things about being a content creator, knowing that if you do a video like this, you'll get about 10,000 views. That's about $100 worth of ad revenue. So a little bit cheaper to bring something like this on the channel. Nice little rebate. Julio Jones is going to be on our mem. It does say authentic memorabilia. Now, I'm curious if it's player worn or says anything. This relic in this card is not from a specific game, event, or season. Huh. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Yeah, that seems very familiar. The relic contained in this card is not... Yep, it says right there. Bowman Football is created by collectors like you through participation of Bowman Football. I wonder if that group's still a group. Probably not. I know Topps Football is no longer a Twitter account. Stephon Toot. Forte. Charles Clay and Jordan Nelson. This is a set. I believe it's 200 cards. 110 veterans, I believe. And I want to say 90 rookies. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But I guess when you go back and you rip a set like this in a rookie class where there's not very many super desirable guys left, not many chases, I guess you're really just looking for catch lightning in a bottle and get an old Brady. Unfortunately, this being a Bowman set, it is focused on the rookie class and the incoming class, and what that means is there's no Brady autos, there's no good vet autos in this one. So if you're ever considering going back and ripping some old wax, definitely do your research and see what your vet chases are and see if it's worth it or not. Drew Brees, Clinton Dix to 299. Yes, that is his name, for those not familiar. You got Deion Jordan, a mini of Marion Grace, Cecil Shorts, and Pierre Garçon, a bunch of guys who I remember for picking up on the waiver wire during like bye weeks when your main guys have, bye, and then you need a spot start a running back or wide receiver. We still have 4 packs left. This is a big box, 250 cards, 10 packs total. I think we still have 1 autograph live. It is kind of a bummer, like the rookies not having any kind of marks for either collegiate. So it's like, who's gonna collect these? I guess, diehard fans, obviously, but like, people collect players because of their colleges and what college they play for. Well, you don't have any college logos, and you don't have the NFL uniform. So like, who are these cards really for? Other than being an early release window product before all the good stuff came out, it's just kind of like a little appetizer, really. We have Jared. God, I can't even say that name. Abradarius. Patrick Peterson is going to be on the very cool silver foil. These were one of the better parallels from back in the day when there was a lot of paper cards. Tops would do like silver foils. And I think it's weird. I think the green foil is actually like the 101 in this set. Very weird choice before they kind of figured out to use like the foil fractors that you see in sets like Archives these days. Or the Tops Now foil fractor 101s. So yeah, very interesting color in these. But yeah, I figured it'd be cool to bring one of these on. I don't expect to see anything crazy today. Morgan Breslin is going to be on a blue to 499. Yeah, I don't expect to see anything crazy today. Anytime you go back and you rip this old stuff, it's like, buyer beware. Know what you're getting yourself into. You might just get yourself a Devin Street autograph, for example, who I can't even tell you what team he played for. Yeah, I can't even tell you what team he played for. We have Jake Matthews to 399. That's not Jake Matthews. That's Jake Matthews on the gold. Got Derek Carr. There's a Derek Carr mini. Not worth a whole bunch. I wouldn't even say it's worth $1. Probably about 50 of those sitting on ComC right now. But yeah, I guess we're trying to get lucky today. Maybe hit a red refractor auto or something of one of the guys that I mentioned that are still alive. Like, it would be cool to see like a Mike Evans. I like Mike Evans. We watch a lot of Bucs games. Big fan of Baker Mayfield, actually. So interested to see what's going to happen down there. They have a really good offense. I think they have a really good offense. I think that division's pretty light as far as competition goes. So we'll see if the Bucs can do something. I know they drafted well, and then they have Jalen McMillan from last year, who kind of came on strong at the end of last year. Geno Smith, no longer a Seahawk. We have Luke Kuechly. There's going to be Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis on the die cut. There's a Khalil Mack, a little rainbow Khalil Mack. Cecil Shorts. Mini is going to be Stephon Toot. We're down to our last pack of the day. So I thought it was cool to bring this one on the channel. Show you guys that even 10 years ago, the hobby faced a different set of issues. This one primarily being, it's the Bowman name that everybody knows and loves. But the cards are not, they don't have NFL uniforms, nor do they have licensed college uniforms. So it's kind of the worst of both worlds. You got the logo, just like with a set like Luminance, for example. Luminance football coming out shortly. That has that, and it's kind of the same thing. But the key difference between this and Luminance is Luminance, if Panini has a license to do the collegiate uniform, you'll have a licensed collegiate uniform. So college collectors or fans of that player, from when they were with their alma mater, do collect those cards. Jordan Matthews on the silver foil. Jordy Nelson on the rainbow. And we're going to wrap up today with Morgan Breslin, Zach Stacy, and Matt Ryan. Good old Matt Ryan. So that is a look at a 10-year-old, 11-year-old product with a rookie class that is basically on life support as far as collectability goes. Obviously, I say that, and somebody's going to be like, well, I love Teddy Bridgewater. I love Blake Bortles. Great. But for the most part, if you were opening this box looking for a big hit, as far as autographs go, it's going to be very tough. There's just going to be a lot of guys that are just like dollar autographs, guys who didn't do anything in the NFL. And then without a veteran autograph checklist, you're not really chasing after Manning, Breeze, Russell Wilson, which would be his third-year card. All you're chasing is the rookies in this one, and so with that said, the rookie class is very light. You're going to see guys like Devin Street. You are going to see guys like Brandon Cooks, which, man, honestly, in this rookie class, like, he's probably above average as far as an auto goes. He might even be in, like, the top one-third. You're going to see guys like Bradley Roby and Marion Grice. No color autos today, no quarterback autos today. Even back in 2014, this would have been sort of a rough box. I know Cooks had some hype back then. But yeah, this one would have been a rough box even back in 2014. That is going to do it for me. Have you ripped any older wax lately? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you ripped and what you might have hit. And that is going to do it for me. Let me know if there's any older football you want to see ripped as well on this channel. I would not mind bringing one or two more back as the season approaches. And I kind of like to do these retro rips right before the season starts. Take care, stay safe, and catch you next time on Down the Road.